Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new Halacha for you, and it's for Monday, the 14th day of January. Here we go. Today a Halacha about reading the Torah for the congregation and correcting of mistakes while the Torah is read. You've probably been in shuls before where the Bal Kori is moving along, reads a certain word improperly, and everybody screams out and corrects him, and it's a very embarrassing situation, etc. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of that right now. The Tur, now he was one of the early poskim just before the actual Shulchan Aruch that we all use. He was of the opinion that you don't need to correct mistakes at all. At all. And that means if the person even pronounces the word wrongly, says the wrong word, you leave him alone and you let him keep going. The reason, by the way, that we would be so lenient as to, but stick with me here because there's going to be a few different opinions. The reason the Torah would go that way is because, yes, it's true that you should read the Torah properly in front of people. There's also a mitzvah about v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor like yourself. You wouldn't want yourself to be screamed at and yelled at publicly like that. So, therefore, that's one of the reasons that we would say go easy on the guy and don't necessarily correct him. The Shulchan Aruch says differently and says that no, it's going to work like this. If it's a major mistake, then it needs correction. If it's a minor mistake, then it does not need correction. What's major and what's minor? So the Ramah in the Shulchan Aruch says that what we consider major, the general rule is if it changes the meaning of the word. Minor is where there's a mistake made and it does not change the meaning of the word. So for example, if the person, instead of saying Bereshis, says Beroshis, or no, that's not a good example, but you know what I mean, says a totally different word, it's pronounced differently, and oh, I got one. Here's where it would change the meaning of the word. The word Vayomer means and he said. V'yomar, a little bit of different dots underneath, V'yomar means and he will say. That would change the meaning of the word. So if you'd hear a mistake like that, it would warrant correction according to the Ramah. If the person said the word S instead of ace, or ace instead of S, that doesn't change the meaning of the word, and that would not be something that you would have to stop the Bal Kori for to correct him. Now, so the general rule that we're going to end up here with, according to the Ramah, is only correct the person reading the Torah if the way he pronounced it actually changed the meaning of the word. Now, so the general rule is, please take all this into consideration before you bark out your correction at the Bal Kori. The correction that you're screaming out might not be necessary because it might not be changing the meaning of the word. And I don't know if you could have enough time to figure that out in the 2 seconds that you bark out your correction. Secondly, you might be majorly embarrassing the person. And thirdly, it might be best for all shuls to have an arrangement that one person, like the rabbi or the gabbai, does the correcting, but not everybody in the shul should just be screaming it out. Because remember, the Torah's opinion was that nothing needs to be corrected. And why embarrass a fellow Jew if you don't need to? Speak to your rabbi about the specifics on this so we all get it right and don't embarrass a fellow Jew. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.